Good morning, guys. It's Randy and Gigi here from Getting There Green. And guess who's behind the camera? That's right, Amanda. So you'll have to excuse all the shakiness. So I'm going to give you a bit of a tour of what we're doing here in the garden. And Gigi, she's going to show you some things. So why don't we let Gigi show you what we're doing in our herb garden this year. So why don't we come over there, go over there. All right. So if you haven't followed us any other years, you don't know this yet, but we have this patch of weeds growing in our herb garden. It's the best weeds we've ever had. No, it's actually horseradish. And we've grown this several years in a row. If you don't know anything about horseradish, it is considered to be pretty invasive. So you really have to keep on it to keep it trimmed back, and you separate the roots so you can make some horseradish for yourself. But that's the way you do it. We were a little late this year digging it up, so we're going to do it in the fall this year. But this here is probably the biggest thing that we have in our garden. It grows massive, this tall, and bushes all the way out. You might be able to see in the grass where it was last year. You can see kind of a circle all the way around, so it gets pretty big. Gigi wanted me to show you this over here. So we've got our mint, which we took out this year because it actually did really, really well. So we've had it in a pot, and it starts spreading its seeds through the garden. Very invasive, so you got to watch out where it's going. And this pot was actually just back there. And right here we've got our chives. Everybody knows chives, but we've had this several years, and we decided when we had a greenhouse to take a little bit of that and put it in one of the beds in the greenhouse. So now we have two big patches of it now. It's great because we love chives. And this year we are kind of starting our herb garden from scratch, basically. A lot of stuff had died off over the years, and we had to do some fence repairs, and stuff got trampled and just didn't make it. So we're going to be putting some thyme in here, we're going to be putting some oregano in here, sweet basil in here, probably dill. We've got basically from here all the way to here to plant all these herbs. So we have a lot of space for herbs this year, so we'll be doing more on that. We'll update you as we get our herbs in there and where they're at and how they're growing and whatnot. So let me show you the rest of the garden here. So this bed, there's a little green in here. There's onions actually planted in here, onion sets. And these are volunteers that came up this year. They are butter crunch lettuce, and they came up all by themselves. We've got a little bit of lamb's quarter here, which if you guys don't know, you can use lamb's quarter as a substitute for spinach. And you want to come in here, man, and show them what this looks like up close? So you can kind of see this here looks almost like a lamb's ear, the shape of the leaf, but I don't know if that's why it's called that. But there's some lamb's quarter, and you can take these leaves, they're edible. You know, there's some other YouTubers on here who talk about colors and being super beneficial for you. Well, lamb's quarter is very beneficial. It's got like reds and pinks and, you know, the whites and all that in there. So, you know, I encourage you, you know, make sure you know what you're picking, but this is lamb's quarter, and it's actually pretty good. So if you wanted to, you know, have a chomp or a snack in the garden, there's a way to do it. All right, so we're gonna go over there. The bug just flew at my face. What are you doing, G? What are you doing in there? That's a strawberry patch.
The strawberry patch is overrun with grass.
Yes. So this bed right here, not the strawberry patch that's overrun with grass, but this bed right here, guys, we have potatoes in here. And they haven't really sprouted yet. Well, maybe they have. I think that might be one right there. But yeah, so we're doing potatoes in this bed this year. We're not doing like a potato box like we did in other videos years ago. We're doing it this way. Try it out. We've never done it in this fashion before, so we'll see how it works. Yes, G. And obviously this bed here is our strawberry patch, like we said. You know, there's some really strong plants in here, but the grass just took over. So what we're going to do is we're going to be transplanting some of these into a different medium. That's another project which we'll show you another video on. And I'm not going to let that out of the bag yet, but we'll show you how we do that. And then moving along, you may have seen a video of Amanda doing a video on the Three Sisters, which we just released last week. These two beds are planted in that fashion, minus this section. This is that other you know, chive clump, and then we've got some garlic growing around here as well. Seems to be these viney things. I'm not sure. They're really a nuisance. Now, I don't know what they're called. If any of you know what this is and how to get rid of it, it's very, very invasive, and it just keeps on growing and growing. Bugs flying all over me. But if you know how to get rid of this naturally, other than just picking it every single time, because this just keeps coming up everywhere. If you guys have any idea, please let us know. All right. And back here, we have bunching onions, and they have been multiplying as the years go on. This is 2.5 years ago we planted these bunching onions, and here they are. So if you really like green onion, that's the way to do it. Cut it off, cut it up, freeze it. Awesome stuff. And over here we have beans and our kale plants. Now our kale plants, they survived the winter. No problem. It was a severe winter, but they did survive. Amanda, what did you say this one was called?
Red Russian.
Red Russian. And this is our curly kale, which we've always had. And again, see, there's those invasive plants. But you know, the beans are starting to come up. Some back here, you know, there's some around here. They're all over the place. I'm seeing them all over. But you know, our beans are starting to come up, so that's good. And on the other side of the yard over here, Amanda, why don't we spin around and I'll try and beat you there. Under our maple tree, which we've been trimming back and trying to train, you know, how it's supposed to grow. Likes to give us mini maple trees. Down here, Amanda grew like a lettuce mix in this bed, and that's all coming up. As you can see, there's all kinds of different little lettuces growing there. So we'll see what we come up with there. European salad mix. The whole bed is done with European salad mix, so it's a nice shaded area.
Good spot for it because it's going to be shaded all summer.
Right. And over here, last year we added a new addition to the family. We added asparagus, and the asparagus is coming up, and this is good to see. I wasn't sure how much of it would actually take off for us. There was 8 planted in here. I only see 1, 2, 3 out of 8. So I'm gonna have to get some more asparagus root, I think, and finish filling in this area. But there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there. But this one's got a second shoot coming up, so we'll see. Asparagus there. At the other end of the bed, man, if you can just focus on that, not on me. We have Amanda's favorite, and that would be
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb. Exactly. Again, some more bunching onions on this side. We do try to, you know, locate it in different parts of the yard, see how it grows, if it grows better in one place than the other. Haven't really noticed any difference because they're growing very well. So yeah, we've got a lot of rhubarb this year. There's some beans planted along the back of the fence. There's a few starting to come up. If you look right back here, there's one right there. They're all the way across. They're scarlet runner beans. And a few years ago, we had beautiful scarlet runner beans. They have a gorgeous red flower on them. And they're typically more of an English thing in the UK. but you know, we absolutely love them, so we're gonna try and eat them this year, hopefully. But anyway, the only other thing in the garden is really our raspberry patch, which we thinned and got rid of all the dead brush. But if you turn around and take a look at it, it's doing very, very well, as raspberries normally do. So we've done a little bit here to contain it on this end to keep it from going in over onto our path. But yeah, I've added some mulch in there to add some, you know, top cover so we don't have weeds and things growing up underneath of them. But yeah, there we are. There's our raspberry patch, and these do well for us every single year. We're doing you know, a few quarts of raspberries, which, if you know, you go to the store, you know how much raspberries cost. There's free. But anyway, okay, that's what's going on right now, and that's some of the plans we've got coming up. Hopefully you guys will tune in to all of our videos this season. We promise there's going to be more videos this year. We've got our act together this year, so we're back. And if you want to, you know, subscribe to us, by all means do it. If you like us, great. If you don't, we'll still subscribe anyway. You know, give us some thumbs up and comment if you want. I mean, we love interaction. Also, we're over on Facebook, facebook.com/gettingtheregreen. We've got our website, gettingtheregreen.com. Of course, we're on Google Plus because it's connected to our YouTube channel. And we're also on Twitter. You can look us up there, twitter.com/gettingtheregrn. We don't really interact a lot on Twitter or on Google Plus that much because everything's tied into the videos. So if you do comment on the videos, we do interact there. We interact on Facebook for the most part. But yeah, go ahead, subscribe, check us out, and we'll see you later.